Hi everybody, welcome to my channel if you're new here. Welcome back to my channel if you're a returning viewer or subscriber. Today's video is going to be another month of picking my TBR via a little TBR jar. I did want to say I'm filming this video on my big DSLR camera. So if the quality is different, the audio is different, hopefully it's good different. I'm having a real problem at the moment with static sound in the back of my audio and I don't know what's causing it, but it's really driving me insane. And I got one hate comment about it and I was just like, you know what? Now is the time to make a change. I'm going to be testing out some things over the next few weeks, but for now I thought we'd try this route because I do have a big mic on this camera, but that's so boring for most of you. So I forgot my rings. 1 second. I wear a bunch of rings every single day and it's got to the point where if I don't wear them I feel like I'm missing a part of myself. Am I even in focus? It's really hard to tell with this camera because it's like has to sit further away from me than my little one. So boring. Let's just get on into the video before I bore you to death with more camera talk. TBR jar, here she is. I've done this video twice? 3 times? I think 3 times in the past, and I have this little rule where if I pick out a prompt that I've picked out in the past, then I try to skip over it. If it does work this month in a different way from the previous month, like if I got a book starting with the first letter of the month, obviously like last month that would have meant an A for April, and this month it would be M for May, so that would work. But in general I like to switch things up just because there's a lot of prompts in here and I feel like it's boring if you're seeing the same thing every single time. In terms of what I kind of have on my radar and what I ideally want to be picking up, my number one priority is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is a fantasy book. If I don't fit this in the prompt I will be reading it anyway, so this is really, you know, I think that I might leave out my last prompt if this book is not picked early enough. Is that making sense? Because I do have to read it and this is going to be a big commitment because it's a long like high fantasy book. But yeah, I'll talk more about this when we do pick it eventually, or if I don't pick it then I'll just add it in the end. For the sake of this, I think I'm going to be picking out 5 books, maybe 6 if the TBR jar is particularly kind to us, but that's what I would ideally love to get. We shall see. Obviously you will find out whether I do actually pick that one. Giving this a little swirl. By the way, I don't like the way it makes the colours look. This camera kind of dulls them down. I feel like I need to do some colour correcting or something. We'll see. Okay, prompt number 1. This is always such like a nerve-wracking experience. Part of a series. Does this mean like first book in a series or like a continuation with a series? You know what, actually, this could be a really stupid idea, but I would love to read Heir. I will be prioritising Serpent and Wings of Night just because these are both buddy reads and I committed to the Serpent and Wings of Night one before this one. But I also do kind of want to read this. I'm buddy reading the whole Throne of Glass series with Lucy and we're up to the 3rd book. We've been reading kind of like 1 book a month. If I don't pick that, then I could pick up Powerless from Chestnut Springs. This is the 3rd book in that series, but I'm so intimidated by it because it's the longest book by far. It's like thicker, but it's also got much smaller font. Kind of scares me. I could read this tiny little Deborah Levy book because this is technically the 2nd part in a series of like a non-fiction autobiographical series. I'm kind of tempted by this. But then what would I do with Heir? Do we have any other options? I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what? I feel like if I have time for this book, I'm 100% going to read it. So I feel like it'd be fun to throw in some shorter books. Honestly, if I chose this one, this barely even counts for a book because it's so small and it's got really big font and everything like that. So I think this is going to be our choice for a book that's part of a series. 2nd book in a series of memoirs, like I said, by Deborah Levy. First one is here. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. I read it last year and I'm so excited to continue on with the series finally. I think I actually read this in May of last year. Could have been June, but it was around this time of the year. I don't know, I'm so excited to finally continue with it. I really, really loved it. Deborah Levy's a big writer of fiction, so this book talks a lot about kind of her youth, but also her love for writing, and you definitely do get that kind of passion of hers. You really sense that passion of hers. It says that this is a response to George Orwell's famous essay, Why I Write, indispensable reflections of her writing life. So I'm assuming we'll get a similar thing from this one as well. I think it's a lot about her marriage as well and her kids and things like that, and how that kind of battles with her career. First book for our May TBR, my May TBR, The Cost of Living by Deborah Levy. Okay, prompt number 2. That was a really good one. I'm going to keep Heir down here just so I can refer to it if I so wish to. But like I said, I'm definitely going to aim to get to that in the month, no matter whether I pick it for this. So this one is tiny. I'm really scared it's going to be over 500 pages. Everybody just say a silent prayer for me. Mood read. I'm so happy about that. Okay, mood read. What am I in the mood for? I feel like I'm feeling a little bit slumpy, so I maybe want something a bit easy and nothing kind of outside of my comfort zone, I feel. I'm kind of interested in picking up Done and Dusted just because I'm at the point, like I said earlier, in the Chestnut Spring series where I feel like I could take a break because I'm so scared about book 3 just being so long and taking me a long time to get through. That's very similar vibes to this series, I'm told, so I'm thinking now's a good chance to kind of begin this series. Another cowboy romance, so exciting. Actually, this is kind of thick. No, it's definitely not. It just looks really skinny on my shelves, and I picked it up and I'm like, this is a book. It's because I'm comparing it to this. I'm content with that. I feel like this could be fun. And I also really love to have a romance book just to kind of, you know, they're just easy, quick reads. Prompt number 3. We haven't fit in The Serpent and the Wings of Night yet, but it's not over yet. This is okay. Everything is okay. Everything is fine. Keep telling yourself that. They're all stuck together. The oldest book on my TBR. The sirens are going off because they know this could be a horrendous moment. Do I go on Goodreads or do I just look through my shelves? Maybe we have a look at Goodreads quickly and see what's up. I'm really, really scared for this. It might not even be something that bad, but like, this is a little bit terrifying. Why am I like, I don't even know how to check this. I've got like a shelf on Goodreads called My Shelves, which are all the books that I own physically. I don't know how to sort by date added. Maybe that's it. And then we see if it's been read. Okay, and then we reverse it. Read Romeo and Juliet, read Revolutionary Road, read Captain Carissa Manslin. I've read all of these books. We've got Throne of Glass there. So maybe I could put Heir if we don't find anything else. I've read all of these. Song of Flowers, Scythe. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do, because I've read all of these books, is to... I think I'm going to pick Throne of Glass. Oldest book on the TBR. I actually haven't owned this book for very long at all, but this series, I've been wanting to read it since the beginning of time. So I'm excited to finally be getting around to it. Lucy will be really happy about this, I'm sure, as well. It's 100% me who's delaying the bloody read, so she'll be glad to hear that we can actually read it this month. Okay, that was terrifying, but also didn't turn out too badly. Prompt number 4. 2 more prompts. Or potentially 3, we'll see. We got Given Author a second chance, which didn't work last time, is not going to work this time. Prompt number 4. A book with a map. Does Serpent of the Wings of Night have a map? I have a feeling it doesn't, and that's just going to crush me. That's just the most dramatic thing I've ever said, but... Oh my gosh. That is such a slay. That is such a slay. I'm so... I just realised I've got like stuff all over the pages. There. Oh, that's so sad. Because if I hate this, I can't sell it. No, yeah, we're going to read Serpent and the Wings of Night. I just realised I hadn't told you what any of these books are about. We're going to run through blurbs and synopses or whatever when I go through all the books at the end. Serpent and the Wings of Night. So excited. Vampire kind of fantasy book, and it just sounds incredible. But I also am going to be buddy reading this. We bought this book up back in January, and ever since then we've been wanting to pick it up. We've had other kind of priorities. We set aside May as the time to read it, so this is what I shall be kind of most prioritizing. This is my highest priority. I think I'll start that like almost like day 1. Okay, book number 5. I'm not sure whether we're going to go for a 6th prompt yet. It'll depend on book number 5. If it's really skinny, then maybe. I am actually in the middle of a bunch of books that I haven't finished yet, and I don't think I'm going to finish before the end of April, so I do need to be kind of like reading through them a little bit in May as well, but we'll see. From a genre I don't usually read. Have we had this prompt before? I feel like we might have, but I feel like this could work too, just because it's, again, more general one. This is not really a genre, so I don't know if this counts, but I'm tempted to go and get a classic, kind of like intersperse them every so often. And also a classic is like a different genre every single time. I think this one is more like kind of fiction, which I do kind of read a lot, but I think that would work. What do we pick another prompt? Maybe I'll go in for another prompt, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll go and grab that one. Okay, we've got it, guys. A book that starts with the first letter of this month, so that would be M. Let's see if we've got any of those. This is also scary because I don't think I've got a lot of them. We've got My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante, but like I always say in these videos, I kind of want to save that one for the summertime, but we'll see. And if that's our only option, then that's what we will be reading. None of these work. Not looking great so far. Okay, it's the way that I don't have any books starting with M other than My Brilliant Friend. I suppose that is what we shall be reading. That's fine. It's a different genre from the other things up here, so I feel like that's okay. This is a kind of like historical fiction book. It's following a couple of girls growing up in Italy together, and I've heard amazing things about Elena Ferrante's writing. My mum has actually read this book and she loved it a lot, and I have many mutuals on Instagram who've also read it and loved it. In terms of doing a 6th prompt, I don't think I'm going to do it. Because I've got massive Heir, I've got massive Serpent Wings at Night, and the others are all small, but like I said, I do have a lot of books I'm in the middle of. Is this a cop-out? I'm sorry. I feel like we've got a really good stack here, but I just don't think I don't think it's going to work. Also, once again, I failed to put the prompts next to the books I've chosen for them, so we're going to be searching through everything trying to find it. But let's just go through what I've chosen to pick to read in the month of, well, no, I didn't choose that. What the TBR chose us to read, or me to read in the month of May. I'm going to start a little stack next to me so that you can hopefully see it. Also, I have a cup of coffee and I've just realised it's sitting here and it's like lukewarm. It still absolutely hits though. Oh my gosh, it's a hot coffee, and I've got hazelnut syrup that I put in it, and it's just everything and more. Also, how cute is this mug? I really adore cherubs. I know it's kind of trendy, or it became a trend like a couple of years ago, but I can't even tell you the age I started loving them. This is me. This is my I'm not like other girls line. Oh, so good. Okay. We're wasting so much time drinking that. Let's start the stack. Prompt number 1 was for a book that's part of a series, and I chose The Cost of Living by Deborah Levy. Like I said, this kind of like writing, why am I out of focus? Writing memoir. Am I out of focus? Honestly cannot tell. My eyesight's so bad. Memoir about writing and the author's life, and like I said, I love the first book, so I'm really excited to pick this one up as well. Book number 1, a mood read, and I chose Done and Dusted by Lyla. This book is a cowboy romance story. Clementine and, I thought his name was Meadowlark for a second, but that's the town they're from. Luke Brooks. I think they know each other through, Luke is Clementine's older brother's best friend, so brother's best friend trope, set on a ranch in America. I think this could be so much fun. I'm so excited for it. I love Chestnut Springs, and like I said, this delivers the same vibes, but it's shorter, which is just a win-win all round. So, pumped. Also a really cute cover. For the oldest book on my TBR, it was Throne of Glass technically, but I chose Heir by Sarah J Maas, the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series. I'm so excited to continue the buddy read I've been doing with Lucy. We're having the best time. I don't know, it's just everything and more. I'm so glad to finally get around to this series. I've really kind of taken my sweet time with it. I can't really tell you what this book is about, but the first book follows Selena Sardothian. She is an assassin, and she takes place in a competition to become the king's assassin, the king's like personal assassin, his dirty hands essentially, to do all the king's dirty work. And you know, you just go from there. Things just start happening. You know how it be. An epic fantasy series, like this 8-book fantasy series, the plot just changes so rapidly and massively. We've already seen a little bit of across Crown of Midnight, but I feel like things are really going to kick off in this book. I'm so excited because there may or may not be Fae in this series. My favourite creature. So excited. Serpent in the Wings of Night we chose for the prompt. What was this prompt? A book with a map. And it does indeed have a map. This is the most beautiful looking book. It's amazing. But even under the dust jacket, it's got this incredible kind of printed design on the hardcover and the quote on the back. This follows Araya. She's the adopted human daughter of the Nightborn vampire king, and she enters a competition, and in the competition everyone thinks she's doomed because she's a human and she's competing against vampires, but actually it turns out that she teams up, or she's kind of like, she has a kind of mentor in the competition, and he is this like big vampire dude, enemies lovers romance kind of thing, and I think it's gonna be amazing, but it could be also really bad because this is a TikTok book and don't love those. Sometimes don't love those at all. Serpent in the Wings of Night. And then the final book, book number 5, we did a book from a genre I don't usually read. And then I had a crisis with that one because I didn't know what to pick. So I just skipped that prompt and we chose a book starting with the first letter of the month, and that was May. So M, My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. It says follows: Elena and Lyla, who are born in a poor but vibrant neighbourhood in Naples. Ferrante has created both an unforgettable portrait of 2 young women seeking to carve out a destiny for themselves, and the story of a city and a country undergoing momentous change. Beautiful. And I'm hoping if we get some warm weather in May, could be really good. I'm excited for this. I'm a little bit scared because I know some people don't get along with her writing, but the people who do, like, absolutely adore it. So I'm hoping that'll be me too. 5 books that I want to read, or I'm being forced to read in the month of May. I'm so happy I got in my 2 buddy reads. I'm just gonna move that stool out of the way. I'm so happy I got in my 2 buddy reads because that was like the ultimate goal. This is a funny looking stack of books, but we've got a range of genres: non-fic, a kind of lit fic, historical fiction, general fiction thing, romance, and then 2 fantasies. This is so fun. I'm so excited. This could be so good. I hope it is. I really hope it is. I really want to have some wins. I haven't actually filmed my wrap up yet, but it'll be the next video coming. But you'll see in that I had one win this month, and then the rest of my reads were just, we had a DNF, but then the rest of them were just like a bunch of like 3 stars. We even had a 2-star. It's just been kind of like mid / not good for most of my reading month. So I would love to love some books. By the way, if you want to hear me talk about books that I love, let's spread some positive light. Love, positive love. Positive love and light. Positive light, positive love. Spread the positivity, spread some love. I did a video, my last video, it was my top 5 books of the year so far. If you haven't seen that already and you're interested, check it out. Have a link down below as well. But without further ado, I'm going to leave you. This coffee is glorious. It's like hitting so hard. I don't even care that it's lukewarm. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for witnessing me panic about these reads, but thankfully we have a really good result in the end. I'm really happy with all of them, and I can't wait to share my thoughts and opinions, all my feels about those books with you at the end of the month in my wrap up, and also throughout the month probably as I'm filming other videos. Sending my love from here to wherever you may be in the world. Have a lovely end of your April, and happy May, happy summer. Or happy winter if you're in the southern hemisphere, because my little babies, you get like neglected. I'm so sad for you, because you know I come from Australia. I know the vibe, you know, like sometimes feeling like you're so out of touch with the rest of the world because the English speaking internet is so like US and UK dominant. But happy winter, happy summer, wherever you are. All my love. See you very soon in a couple of days for another video if you decide to stick around, because I post every single Wednesday and Saturday. Bye bye.